gonna be crazy.
Doctor, I've patients to attend.
Yes, doctor. Oh, yes, nurse. Sorry about that. What do you need?
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Definitely no.
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first.
What?
Where is this
Morgue?
morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
I don't know about you guys, but my vampiric senses are telling me it's full of zombies or skulls, is what they call. Oh, okay. This is the part that we missed earlier. Let's go. The old morgue. Okay, I can hear monsters. Gonna use my gun this time. Since I got plenty. It's a bit creepy. Anything around? This is just the main door. Doesn't seem like there's anything though. Money? Yes. Guess I need to go up. Oh shit. Resistance against gun, right? Okay, I guess I'm just gonna use my stick.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Yo. Hey. Oh shit.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
The same type of style. Did they call it like lesser vampire or something? No,
It's locked, all right.
another one. bullets. Nice. Shotgun shell. Nice. Bottle of alcohol.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Nice. What I need. What? Oh, there's one there. Oh. Gotcha. What the hell? Oh shit! Gotta grab. Down. Okay, that was a little bit tough. I can keep going up. Okay, blood sample. Okay, we're good. Oh shit! What was there? Some kind of teleportation skills. Pretty interesting. Okay, there's one here and there. I'm gonna give him a jump.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Oh. Ooh. Get down. Okay. I think that guy looks like the boss or something. What is another one here? I'll give you the prize attack as well. Ooh. Oh. That scared the shit out of me. Oh. Ooh, close. Oh, yeah, boy. That was kind of creepy. That's the other dude earlier. Yeah. One more we need to take care of. Oh, dead body. We got Lister knife. Offhand weapon that absorbs blood. Interesting. Death report. Samuel Corner. Cook soil. Fisherman. Pneumonia by virus induced. Oh, it's Spanish flu. Oh, I can't believe they just left the body here.
Mr.
And
Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
so weird. Yeah.
Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps?
Yeah. This is the crazy part, I guess.
The chest was originally open to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened.
Oh, gosh.
A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful.
Hemorrhaging.
Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Oh, God. Did that doctor just kill his patient?
Tippett has made...
Okay. So is this why they abandoned this hospital? I kind of feel that that is the real reason they leave this. Okay, gotta confront this one. Uh-oh. Come on, continue. Stay down. Uh-oh. It feels like the boss room. Oh, there you go. Stay down.
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Tempting, I know, right? Dorothy Crane in the patient's room. Pepper Hawkins. Oh, I haven't get to know her yet. So let's go, right?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm
Pippa
Dr.
Hawkins.
Jonathan Reid. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patient.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
That reminds me of COVID.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change.
You would be surprised.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brand.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
You mean your boyfriend?
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Oh, another one.
Why does
One
Milton
hit.
dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes, Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke. But we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Everything's so serious right now.
Goodbye, Nurse
I
Hawkins.
guess love conquers the epidemic. We gotta talk to the nerd.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, Nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressed.
Disease. Disease decrease the blood quality of citizen. Use the correct medicine to heal them. Okay.
As for
A
me,
rat in the hospital.
good evening, sir. Doctor.
Okay, time to heal this rat.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid. Can I help at all?
No,
Really?
What?
Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And
Could you at least tell me your name?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Okay. Time to heal this moron.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir.
Take it.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Recovering?
Tell me about you.
I don't want to.
How painful.
So painful, I'd rather.
I'll let you...
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Hey. Who are you?
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs...
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reid? I've heard much of your talent.
What can you tell me about yourself?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Okay.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their family.
Are you really that rich?
Oh.
Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expense.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social...
Social standing.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first...
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start.
Right.
And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Like, yeah.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reid. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of this.
Oh. Okay, we're good.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Oh, sweet girl.
We're done with this weird
Reads
dude.
me like a book.
After we talk to this doctor.
Please, Jonathan, come in.
The heck? What's up with
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our
A
benefactors.
spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady
Ashbury. This requires a lot of mesmerization. Rest species. Bit different, I guess. Warning letter. Oh. Another hint. Rakesh. Another detail. Interesting. I think we're good now. There you are, girl.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily.
I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
Happy it is.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter for...
Have any of the patients given you...
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like...
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmail.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money.
Right.
My suspicions lean toward a patient, or their family.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should...
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reid. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Harriet?
Good evening, Milk.
Good evening, Doc.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since
Guys,
working here.
done.
This city was sick long before the epidemic.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly...
I'm sorry, I don't know what...
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of...
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner in crime.
Of course she is. How else could I tell which bed is free? I need to know that.
Have you no shit?
Don't you see this city is crumbling down? Today people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed. Tomorrow we may be fighting for...
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed.
Have you heard of any
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secret?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reid. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the oldest patient here.
I'd like...
Wise choice, Dr.
Okay. Can find what we did. Okay, let's get it now. We could actually buy it. Why not? Mutant shotgun. 10 and 15 seconds. Oh, okay. Level 2 weapon. The lady should be the one.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues. I'm in pain. I need medication.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reid, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reid, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
Okay.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut.
Yeah.
I've seen them scratching slutty sore.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Oh, so it is a nurse.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Clear again.
Okay. Let's go with Wayne Barrigan. Where is she?
I've never seen so many people dying at the same time.
We've dodged death so many times. Oswald. You can't just die like this.
Oh, there it is.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful.
Suspicious.
You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Wait, what? That's it? What about the rest? Oh, okay.
We've dodged
So,
death so many times. Oswald.
I guess
You can't
the
just die
red
like
is
this.
actually Dorothy. Oh. In another different section. Apparently. Hopeless diversity.
I can't breathe! I can't
Oh, this is nice. Just save your ass. Aren't you gonna say anything?
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here! I need to get out!
I'm Dr. Reid, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your...
Okay, I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out!
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember?
Yes I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Right. Or I can take him out if I want to. No, I can't give him headache medication. Prison rescue. Claustrophobia.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Something is bound to happen right here. Just get ready, my gun. Oh.
What sort of creature is this?
Stay down. It looks like some kind of
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
God. Nurse Crane's voucher. If you are sick, you have no money, consider it to get help.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Hello.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Is my hideout? Place is so cute. Okay. Died here. Yeah.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reid. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Right. Go to the other side. Okay. Oh, there she is.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Church? What's that?
Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid. Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Oh, this dude.
Welcome, sir. Please, take a breath.
I am Dr. Reid. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Super healthy.
How is business around here?
Business? I have no business. Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me...
Ooh, that guy over there.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all of you?
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to speak anymore, just screaming.
I know, right?
Violence is increasing in the borough. Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Oh.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy?
Nurse Crane? So the bitch really is a nurse, then? I always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
Yes, she's a nurse. And quite a good one. What did she do to gain...
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name. Something like Dorothea Craniu. Something like that. Came to England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free.
What?
I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
We got it.
Right then.
Good. Wait.
Fancy
you never...
We get
goodbye for
this dude over here.
Excuse me, sir.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so...
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reid, at your side.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
May I ask what you do around?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now, sod.
According to you, physicians are scarce in this part of town. Why is...
Not familiar with this neighborhood, are you?
Of course.
I guess your fancy colleagues are too afraid of being stabbed in the back.
This part of town does have quite a reputation. Would you say it's just...
Totally. Look at me, for instance. I always look my opponent in the eye before knocking him.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays...
A job? So you're racketeering for someone?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle.
Right.
Most people don't become thugs when unemployed. This is a choice.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago...
Oh. Got another hint.
Have you heard of a nurse?
Dorothy Crane. Yeah, I know her. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help them out.
Goodbye, Mr.
Another ideal. Is the church? That seems like it. Like someone is moving on about other.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming armor.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reid, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
Guys, good quality.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know?
Well, you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the...
I am. But the answers I seek are based on facts, not superstition.
Seems healthy.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me.
Well, you are...
Well...
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end. The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men.
And the one that I just killed?
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us.
What is left then?
Cleansing.
What do you mean when you say that I am more...
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion.
Well, you...
Well,
as a doctor,
what do you mean?
Okay, I'm done.
I have... Good evening.
It's fun.
Have you any...
No.
Where did you...
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after...
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of...
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of the...
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you...
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the street.
Another guy.
Do you know...
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country.
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern...
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary...
This guy is full of himself. Got a lot of clues from all this conversation. Okay, but then. Yeah.
The walls of your home will not protect you, for there is no protection.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar?
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel.
Dr. Reid, the famous surgeon.
Oh, finally.
Have you any idea?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied...
That science is unable to explain the facts doesn't mean there is no rational...
I confess, I share your point of view, Doctor.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone. No one is properly informed of the risks.
These are bad times indeed. So much for the glory...
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset? So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
That's quite honorable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activity.
Ah, could it be Dorothy?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named...
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relatives?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him...
Where can I find this Mr...
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He never goes...
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away.
Really? How do you...
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it...
Weird. Okay, we're good.
Goodbye, Mr.
Richard Nethercott.